Welcome to Love in Brief, a brief sometimes ABDL podcast focused on issues of love.
Love!
And this is a special episode of Love in Brief because we have all three of our hosts together. I am Resident Yes.
I am Lola.
And I am Teddy.
And we are coming to you from our New Year's destination. This year we traveled to the beautiful Niagara Falls region.
Yes.
To watch the falls.
Did you know that they never turn off? Like, they're always doing that.
I know, they run all night. It's pretty amazing. And we have just a
diaper
magnificent New Year. Several.
Like, how many trusts would that be? So many.
That would be a lot of trust, yes.
But one of the highlights of our New Year every year is the opportunity to celebrate all of the amazing growth and changes and wonderful things that come from having an ABDL kink. And it's one of my favorite rituals of the new year. It's my favorite way to ring in the new year, is to pause and look back and say, what did we as individuals and as a community do this year to love ourselves better, to love each other better, and to embrace our kink more? And that was the question that we put out to the world. We said this year our prompt was, hey, tell us about one way that you have embraced yourself and your kink in 2025. And boy, howdy, did we get a lot of responses.
Oh my gosh, so many. Yeah.
It's incredible.
I mean, far and away the most we've ever gotten for a New Year's Eve episode.
And you two put this ask out only a few days ago, too, it felt like around Christmas.
Yeah, it was about 6 days ago. Yep. And the community really responded. So first off, just a huge thank you to everyone, to all of our listeners who raised your hand and stepped up and said, I will send my audio or I will send my story. I know it can be a little scary, and just a massive thank you to you so that we can share your story and encourage others that not only is growth as an ABDL possible, but it is just one decision every day away.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, all right. Y'all, I'm going to ask us at the end of this episode. So start thinking about it. Mm-hmm. Start those wheels of cogitating. I'm going to ask us how we grew in 2025.
Oh, no.
Are you ready to listen first to some of our listeners and hear their stories?
Yes, I cannot wait.
I love this part. And I will say that we have not, sometimes in the past we will like sort of edit these down. We haven't done a lot of editing here. We've taken out some personal details. There's a couple that are edited a little bit for time. But this one is going to run a bit longer just because of all of the submissions that we got.
Yeah, we got so many responses. So you guys are awesome.
I mean, yeah,
it's kind
really
of in keeping with the theme of, the Love and Brief podcast not being so brief
Love and
anymore.
not brief.
So,
not being so brief. I appreciate our listeners also embracing that fact. Yeah. So, grab a nice glass of eggnog and relax into your comfy New Year's chair. And we're going to read those which came in via text message or email. And we will let those who send their audio clips speak for themselves. And then at the end, I'll point this question back to you. You guys ready to do some reading and some listening?
Let's do it.
Yes.
All right, let's dig in.
Hey, RY. Hope you had a fantastic Christmas, you and Lola. And looking forward to a fabulous New Year, I'm sure. I'm just responding to your requests for New Year's Eve stories. Here's mine. I think I hinted at it in the cloth nappy / diaper episode and didn't really go into it. So the story is this. At the start of the year, I realised I really needed to tell my wife everything about me as an adult baby. And so I did. I told her everything. And it was pretty tough. There was some back and forth, but I definitely came into it with more of self-acceptance and less fear and self-loathing. So she heard it in a much better way. I kind of did it about 10 years ago, but really badly, and it was never talked about again. Anyway, so it did create a shift. Then we both decided to do a really fabulous book called The Artist's Way, and that massively changed our frame of reference about how we see ourselves and each other. And it was about releasing the creative person within, which is, as the book says, a child. So it's about loving the inner child. And I think that did something to our relationship. And then the third thing that happened this year, 4 days after our beautiful cat died very suddenly, was I got a diagnosis of bladder cancer. And that was pretty tough. and really threw me and threw her into a bit of a spiral of despond. And then I knew that I had to come out of it fighting hard and really listening to myself. And she felt that we had to take all the love that we gave to our cat and we had to really give it to each other. So we did. And the fact that I did have to wear plastic pants for about 3 days, 4 days after the operation to remove the tumour gave her an acceptance. And on one really incredible day, she just said, show me your plastic pants. I want to see them. And so I did. I showed her. She went, okay, they're never going to win a fashion award, but they're all right. I can cope with this. And that was the catalyst for them now completely coming into our life. So I get to suck a dummy and wear my plastic pants next to her in bed. And she breastfeeds me. And I is a very happy little baby. And our relationship has become so much more loving and deepened and connected, and I feel completely differently about myself. There it is. That's my story. I wish joy and happiness and full acceptance for every ABD/NL and PPA. That's Plastic Pants Aficionado. That's a new one, I know. And a massive thank you to you fabulously beautiful, lovely people, you and Lola, for running this incredible podcast. And it does change lives. Mate, it changed my life. It's changed lots of AB's lives. I'm telling you, you rock, the pair of you. Lots of love.
This one's from Matt from Tennessee on FetLife. This year, I accepted cloth-back diapers into my life. I was so opposed to them for so long, and now they have become my favorites. Kiddo Premium Dry Nights are all I want to wear, and it helps me want to wear more often. Plus, they look even better on my wife. I have accepted diaper diversity. Maybe next year we will try actual cloth diapers.
Diaper diversity. Well, that is a big step forward.
That is fun.
Yeah,
That is
diaper
fun.
diversity.
All right. Well, this one comes to us from Hedge on Tumblr.
You nailed it.
What kind
Thank
of
you.
accent is that?
Yeah, it's Norwegian. This year I have stopped caring what others think about me wearing. Awesome. I have also really started building friendships on Tumblr and becoming more active on there. Hope you and Lola had a Merry Christmas. Hope 2025 was as good for everyone else. Thank you for making 2025 wonderful for me by doing the podcast.
Yay.
You're so
That's
welcome.
so sweet.
This one comes from All Days on JFF and also on FetLife, I believe. And he says this. My kink year had started as previous years. It was kind of routine, and I felt a bit depressed and lonely, missing friends who would understand my kinks. Then I saw that Bumblepree, who I follow on Instagram and YouTube, appeared in a podcast. That was how I discovered Love in Brief, and that was a turning point for me. I started to browse through episodes and realized that I was missing many priceless moments from the old episodes. So I started again from episode 1, and I have listened to all of them chronologically. I have learned a lot from the podcast. Thank you, RY, RNT, Teddy Bear, and Lola, and all of the awesome guests. I have smiled, laughed, and felt entertained. I have cried and been deeply touched by stories of the passing of heroes in our kink history. I have felt empowered to accept and enjoy my kink and to take responsibility for that part of me. And I'm happy to say that through this podcast, I have felt a part of a community and that I now have new friends. I have been to munches and kink parties during the year, and 6 months ago, I didn't even have a clue about what a munch was. I have also connected with a local kink BDSM group, and this would not have happened without the Love and Brief podcast. I am so grateful for all the hard work that you, RY, and partners are putting into the podcast. I hope you are only in the startup phase, because I will never be tired of listening to the hosts, guests, and all of the good stories. So, it is easy to select the best in kink for me in 2025. It's the Love and Brief podcast. Love from All Days.
Oh, that's so
Wow.
nice.
Did we
That's so
pay him for
sweet.
that?
No, we didn't ask anybody to say nice things,
promotion.
but I'll take it. But I mean, what a beautiful story. What a, I mean, to
Yeah.
go from I don't even know what a munch is to this level of engagement, participation, acceptance.
I know.
Incredible.
That's so beautiful.
What a year.
Happy New Year, Love in Brief. This is Little Guy AU. If this sounds scripted, it's because I'm autistic, and also it is. One way I've taken a step forward in my kink this year is realizing that out of all of my friends, my best ones happen to be within the ABDL community. I took a regrettable departure from living nearer to those friends and have this year realized that my ABDL friends are the ones I can truly count on. They really get me, and I'm going to move back to them and take strides in growing and nurturing more of those connections. Thanks for being in my ears this year.
Hello, Love and Brief listeners. I would love to let you guys know how I've been moving forward in 2025 in accepting my ABDL kink. I've been able to order more diapers than I've ever ordered before, which was a pack of 10 and a few samples. I know that probably doesn't sound like a lot to some of you, but for me, it was a huge step. I've only ordered a couple of things before this, and I have been terrified, to say the least, to explore this side of myself, and it has taken me a lot of courage in order to do this. I've also been able to tell a couple of my friends about this side of myself, and I've also given myself time and permission this year to explore little space and what that means to me. I want to thank you, RY and Lola, as well as RNT and all of the other wonderful special guests on the podcast for such a wonderful show that has brought me so much strength over the past few years in accepting myself. Thank you. Your support is amazing.
This one is from Little Baby Dude on Tumblr. Personally, this year I've gotten back into ABDL after a purge and deleting ABDL social medias. Had a FetLife account that was so old it was part of the first million users, but purged it all because I was dating someone. Things got serious, but diapers and being babied were not on the table. Despite trying to make it all work, as the story goes, I just couldn't deny a part of myself. This coming year, I am trying to regain a social presence in the ABDL community and attend my local Littles ABDL events. I am nervous, but looking forward to getting back on the rocking horse and playing like big baby I love being. Thank you all for being a positive light in this community.
Get back on that rocking horse.
Get back on the rocking horse. Great pun.
That's
Love
great. Here is one from our friend Tin Lizzie in WA. I've been playing Guild Wars 2. I don't know what that is. Do you know what that is? Guild
One
Wars
of the
2?
video games
Is it a
that
video-
is on the interwebs.
On the interwebs. All right. Well, that's cool. I've been playing Guild Wars 2 since pre-launch beta events well over a decade ago. Don't worry, this is going somewhere. I have a storage guild that I've kept very private with only a small handful of people that I know in real life allowed to join. Over this past year, I've started running much more often with that guild tag on. So I'm guessing that they're saying, okay, I have these real life friends, and I have this guild tag that I've added. My storage guild's proper name is Big Times and Little Games, and the visible tag is ABDL. Ooh. Getting over my fear of running with that tag on has led me to chatting with someone new almost every day, especially when I'm partaking in the larger boss events and metas. There are more ABDLs in GW2 than I had ever thought, and I love it when people ask me about my guild tag and we chat for a bit. Thank you both from the bottom of my heart for doing the podcast. You both are amazing people, and I'll extend that to all of our hosts. Keep up the good work, and thank you for that. I don't know what guild tags are, but I love the fact that when you put ABDL on there, it starts new conversations with new people who are excited to talk about it.
And this
There you
person
go.
said, like, every day they get to talk to someone new in this community. That's amazing.
We had said at the outset of this ask, what are the small ways that you've done? This is literally a 4-letter tag added to a video
so
game.
creative. Yeah,
And
I love how this ties back to your last episode too that you two did, the question roundup, where you can talk about other things outside of ABDL and connect that way. You know, they're all in this shared experience outside of this community. That's great.
Thank you so much for
and
that.
Getting to just include more and more parts of yourself into your whole self all the time.
Love it.
Love it. Okay, this one comes from Power Shredder. I don't know if they always go with that intonation in their brain, but that's what I do.
And then like that little like rock and roll guitar.
You couldn't see me doing that, listeners. I was doing it for sure. This comes from Power Shredder on FetLife. This year, I took a step forward with my ABDL self by accepting that this is a part of who I am and not feeling ashamed or broken in some way by enjoying this.
Yes.
A big part of that acceptance came from listening to Love and Brief and hearing you talk so openly about the fetish. It is reassuring to see other outwardly normal-looking people who have this kink. In a lot of ways, it's fun to have the secret side of us. And when you connect with another ABDL, it's like you have a secret bond. Hope you have a wonderful New Year's Eve. We did. And are up and up from the plague. Yes. If you can hear, I'm still a bit sick.
I've still got some
It's a
plague,
doozy
too.
this year.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing. My favorite day of the week is now Monday. I don't know what that's about. All the best.
I know what that's about.
Power Shredder.
Thank you, Power Shredder.
I love that.
That's fantastic, yeah.
Hey, RY and the Love and Brief team, wishing everybody a happy new year in 2026. This is Conversion Curator. One step I've taken into acceptance of my kink is talking to my partner more about being involved in a kind of dynamic for us. She's been very receptive to it and being open to being my mommy. She teases during the day and she'll say whispers of things that might be a little NSFW and make me feel little coded. I've had the chance to try boutique diapers and lots of different ABDL clothes this year. I've had a chance to try some boutique diapers like Little Comforts and their Lacy Loves. And I think another step in my self-acceptance has also been in being able to start the beginnings of what's going to be a podcast in 2026 for what I'm going to call Power Playtime, a playful mix of power exchange and ABDL elements. My partner and I are going to be planning on hosting together and exploring kinks, including ABDL and how they might fit together. We're also going to be planning to discuss relationships, connections to those kinks that relationships might have, and possibly meeting up with some subject matter experts. So keep an eye out, or an ear out, for Power Playtime coming out in 2026. And wishing everybody a Happy New Year.
Hey y'all, it's been a big year for me. I turned 40 this year. I started a Just for Fans back in May. I also did an episode of Love and Brief. I made several new friends and acquaintances, and I got to celebrate 12 years of marriage with Daddy Zuko. As for the prompt, I've always been pretty comfy with my ABDL side, but I think showcasing it on JFF has been sort of freeing for me. My whole page is dedicated to being an authentic, everyday, real diaper girl, and I love getting to share that with people. So,
cheers, y'all.
Cheers, y'all.
This is Daddy Zuko.
And Tiniest Tyrant, wishing you a safe and blessed New Year.
This one's from Hug Coffee and Polka on Tumblr. Hi, Love and Brief. This is Hug Coffee and Polka. In 2025, I was able to expand my community by taking advantage of work travel to meet ABDLs around the country, from Arizona to Ohio and all places in between. Looking forward to more in 26. Happy New Year and best padded wishes for 2026. Well, that speaks to my heart right there. Road tripping around the country, meeting up with people.
Oh, I love
Oh, yeah. Hopefully our paths will cross at some point.
For sure. Such a pleasure to get to know them as well. All right, this one comes to us from Low Tumbleweed on Reddit. It's a little bit longer, but I'm super excited to share this story. Hey, RY, appreciate all you do for the community. Long time, first time. Looking forward to possibly hearing my story in your velvety voice. Well, here you go. Velvety or otherwise, here you go. It's a little long, but I think it's worth it. By the way, I agree. This year was huge for me. After a few years of trying half-heartedly to find a partner, whether ABDL or not, I made a more dedicated effort. I found a wonderful woman on Hinge. While neither of us mentioned kink on our profiles or discussed it at all before going on our first date, I got the sense she was open-minded. On our third or fourth date, we were laughing about how well things were going, how much we liked each other, and how easy things were. Then she joked, "Where's the catch? There must be some deep, dark secrets or something." We both laughed about it, but that pit in my stomach started to grow. Ooh, I know that feeling. About 2.5 months into our relationship, I knew the seal had to be broken. I was falling incredibly hard for her, and we were becoming really close.
Aww.
The Band-Aid had to be ripped off, or the diaper tape in this case. Every night for weeks, it was the last thing I thought about before bed. I rehearsed what I could say. I wrote it out in a draft on my phone. Eventually, the day came where I couldn't take it anymore. We had plans to spend the day together, and I sent her a text beforehand, letting her know I had something I wanted to talk to her about. Not something bad, but something really personal. When we met up, that made it easier for us to get into the conversation. She gently asked if I was ready to tell her what I needed to. After a lot of preamble, I let her read the draft on my phone. I was too scared to say it out loud. Isn't that great? After the longest 15 seconds of silence I've ever experienced, she said, "Okay." not in a dismissive or judgmental way, but kindly and curiously. We had a frank and open discussion then and in the following days, and ultimately, this incredible woman has accepted me.
Oh.
Sharing this has brought us so much closer than I could have imagined. The emotional intimacy we share is profound. Yes, the diaper stuff is amazing, but I will keep those details between us. Thank you for reading and for all you do to foster confidence and community. Happy New Year from Low Tumbleweed.
Oh.
Wow,
Isn't
what
that
a
great?
incredible
That's so
story.
beautiful.
And I love that Tumbleweed called out the emotional intimacy we share is profound. Like, that is one of the greatest benefits of opening yourself up to a partner.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm so glad, Low Tumbleweed, that you found, that courage to do it, because it's so worth it. And I know, like you said, I mean, it only opens up your relationship to deeper and deeper levels. This is from Padded Little One on Reddit. I've made big steps towards working on the guilt shame that I personally associate with my ABDL side. That cycle is rough, so is the binge and purge, but I think it's natural to experience it on some level.
Big steps working on guilt and shame. Way
Yeah,
to go, you.
I don't know any of us that haven't, had to deal with that somewhere in our kink self or our sexual side. And so I'm so glad that you feel like you're taking some steps forward. That's awesome.
Way to go,
Yeah,
Pat.
congrats.
Hey friends, it's Mako. This year, I leaned into love of being an ABDL through making a meaningful connection. I met my now auntie just before our move from Virginia to Washington State. She's a beta tester for my app, WeMinder. We quickly realized how much we clicked on multiple levels, including how we see and practice age play. Neither of us was looking for a long-distance relationship, but we realized we had grown one organically. Tonight marks a special moment. Auntie's coming to visit me and Mama in Seattle, and we'll finally be together in person for the first time. I'm fairly crinkling with excitement. Thanks you guys for everything you do. Love your show so much. Happy holidays and Happy New Year.
Hello, everybody. I am Semi-Charmed Life on FET, and I have done a lot this year to grow my love for myself and my ABDL kink. I moved out on my own near the beginning of the year, and that's been amazing. I have so much more opportunity to explore ABDL living on my own. I've gone out and met several new people in my area within the community, and that's also just been an incredible experience to have. And really, it just grown my confidence all around as a result. I also have to thank all of the folks at Love and Brief, because you guys have just been absolute pillars of the community for years. I don't know that I could be here today recording my own voice if it were not for your insight. It is incredibly valuable. So thank you, Love and Brief, and all my fellow listeners, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's Eve, Love and Brief. This is LA Lady.
And Carp Trout.
We're here just to let you guys know how thankful we are for y'all, and that we look forward to this new year coming in and possibly meeting new people and making some road trips.
I was really happy to do a podcast with LA Lady. It was a really good experience, and looking for a few more of them this year.
Yay, you guys rock, and I hope y'all have a wonderful night, and hopefully we'll meet one day.
Someday soon.
Yes, good night.
This one's from the Analog Kid on FetLife. I'm a lifelong ABDL. As RY says, it was factory installed. Oh yeah. It's always been that dark secret that I only express alone behind closed doors. A few years ago, I was diagnosed with colon cancer. Getting through that. Totally healthy and cancer-free now. Ooh, congratulations.
Yay!
So glad to hear that. I decided life was too short to not be authentically me. Oh yes. In the last year, I have visited AB Dealer while on a trip to Denver, and even attended the AB Dealing support group. And for the first time ever, I am going to CapCon in March. Ooh, congrats on that too. I'm super nervous, but very excited. Hope to meet and say hi to the LIB crew. Yes, please reach out.
Yes, come
For
find
2026, yes, for 2026, I plan to engage more in the community and find connection and friendship. Thanks for all you do for the community. Happy New Year. Oh, I love that.
Yeah. Come see us at CapCon. We're hopefully going to do a live show there like we do previous CapCons, and we want to give you a giant high five and congratulate you. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
This one comes to us from Baby J.O. on FetLife. So my year has been rough, but there have been some lovely moments. I had not one but two community members start back up. I tried to move to Greenville, South Carolina. I found the kink community, but no ABDL. That happens. I did find the individual interested in getting that going. They started hosting munches and home gatherings.
What? That's so great.
I love this because they got there. There's no community. They started one.
Yes.
Yeah.
There was no ABDL going on. They started it.
Yeah.
Baby J.O. says, I then moved to Columbia. I found the community in Columbia and got involved in that kink community and repeated the same thing and got the local Littles community going.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Isn't that awesome? Yep. So it's so silver linings for me. I managed to get two communities going again, and they are thriving. I'm sad I won't be there, but I'm glad to have made new connections and leave some seeds to grow.
Wow.
Aww.
This is a person who is planting new community. That is so cool.
Yeah. This one comes from Just Live It 2 on FetLife. My kink journey has made some pretty big strides this year, and it has been so good for my soul. I love that. Over time, I've been accepting my ABDL side more and more, and 2025 has been another leap forward for me. I've been wearing diapers a lot more and really tuning into what I respond to sexually. I also got to see my partner in diapers, which has been a huge fantasy for me, and we've been exploring that as well, which has been awesome. Lol. The best part has got to be that my partner became my wife. What?
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations. After many years together, we finally made it official. I'm so lucky to be married to someone who constantly makes my fantasies into realities.
Oh, boy, do I know that feeling.
On top of all that, I found a great podcast.
What is it?
Love and Brief, of course.
Oh.
And it has done a lot to educate me and realize more about things I may be into and learn more about my overall sexual identity. At this point, for example, I am 99% certain I identify as demisexual.
Oh,
okay.
Shout out to the Demi episode.
yeah.
Good
Yep.
job, you two. Not super relevant since I am off the market, but I'm always happy to understand myself better. I even started seeing a therapist, and I'm very proud of the steps I've taken to better myself and know myself better. If 2026 is as good for my kink life as 2025 has been, then I am in for another amazing and adventurous year. Oh yeah, did I mention I wore a lot of diapers? So to all of you, I wish you a wonderful and beautiful new year filled with love and learning and also lots and lots and lots of devious fun.
Aw.
What a huge year for
I
Just Live
know.
It. That's
I
awesome.
know.
Congratulations on the marriage.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one's from Miriam on Reddit. I have grown more together with my girlfriend this year, and she has moved in with me. Oh, congrats. We bought tickets to
Nice.
CapCon and are both excited to go this year. I'm terrified about going, but we are stepping out together. Yes. She is mainly vanilla, so I hope we aren't overwhelmed. I've accepted myself as I need this part of being diapered and cared for on a weekly basis to de-stress from life and my high-pressure job. My girlfriend has recognized this as well, and she gladly participates. I realize that I've lost count on how many diaper changes I've received, and I never thought that would happen. Aw, another great story
Aww.
there. Yeah.
What a cool
I
thing to
love
know
that.
I've lost count on how many diaper changes. I mean, for somebody who maybe thought for years if they'd ever get one,
Yeah.
now has lost
Just
count.
lost count. And
Yeah.
congrats on stepping out there for CapCon. I know it's scary, but I promise it's a great experience, and you'll make some friends right away. And I can speak for all three of us here. If you need somebody to talk to, then we're there for you. So just try to find us.
Yep.
Absolutely. I was going to say the exact same thing. And remember, you can go back and listen to those episodes of people that we had, first timers
Yep.
at CAP. And I know the episode with Rach and Tux, that was their experience. She's mostly vanilla. So if your girlfriend's looking for, someone that's been there, maybe give those a listen.
Yeah, and we'll have a couple of lead-up episodes to CAP too, with
Yeah.
the folks who are running CAP to find out what to prepare for.
Just make your game plan together. And as long as you guys go in as a partnership, it's going to go great.
This one comes to us from Wintrinsic on FetLife. This year, I was able to take the largest padded step forward of my ABDL journey, as I no longer resent or wish to rid myself of my attachment to this kink.
Whoop whoop.
Like many of our esteemed peers, I have oscillated between binging and purging my entire life and have never been able to fully share myself with another person because of my own framing of my attachment to diapers. Isn't that an insightful sentence?
Yeah.
I've never been able to fully share myself with another person because of my own framing of my
Yeah.
attachment to
Yeah.
diapers. I am a bit behind the times, but found Love and Brief earlier this year, and it has helped me so much to listen to such varied experiences and inspiring words from members of the ABDL community on a regular basis. Because of the grace you and your guests have allowed me to grant to myself, I no longer feel like I have to apologize for this part of my love when I discuss it with my partner or daydream about diapers during the week.
That's so sweet.
I want to frame that
That's
sentence
so
and put it on
great.
my wall.
We should.
I no longer feel like I have to apologize for this part of my love. Isn't that spectacular? I've known for a while that my diaper kink and I were accepted by the person who loves me most. But this year I was finally able to not only accept it myself, but to embrace it for the exciting and positive effect it can have on the rest of my life. I am grateful for this part of me. My kink resolution is to begin engaging with my local community and find ways to inject even more love and acceptance into the way I think about my love for diapers. Perhaps by this time next year, I'll have curated enough celebration of myself to send a voice message for New Year's Eve 2027, like some of the other padded rock stars out there.
Aww.
With love, Wintrinsic.
That's wonderful.
Wow.
Does that not just make your heart melt?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Way to go, Wintrinsic.
And cannot wait to get that message
Thank you for
next
sharing
year.
this.
Yeah.
I know, yeah. We'll look forward to your first voice message on
Oh
New
my
Year's
gosh,
Eve next year.
that was so wonderful and so thoughtful and inward looking. Like, good job.
Yeah.
Okay, this one comes from Zach from the Love and Brief Gmail. I just wanted to share how the ABDL lifestyle has changed my life for the better. 3 years ago, I went on a date with someone on FetLife at a local coffee shop, and we really hit it off. We had already talked about our shared kinks, so it was nice to connect with another human that already knew the biggest secret. Neither one of us had ever met another ABDL in person, so it was a big step. It has taken us a long time to figure out how kink and age play in particular fit into our relationship. We started out as daddy little girl and only in the bedroom, and now we are both switches that enjoy being little together and taking turns with power play. I'm just so grateful for her and how this lifestyle really is our greatest superpower for handling stress and connecting with each other. We are now planning to get engaged by the summer. Congratulations. Yay. Our families have long commented on how close and good at communicating we are. If only they knew that diaper changes, onesies, and bottles were one of the reasons why.
Oh, that's so adorable.
To all my diaper-loving people out there, this is Diapers and Brews on FetLife and Instagram. One way that I have embraced my ABDL kink this year certainly has been attending more in-person events like Munches. Here up in New England, we have a number of people who have been putting on some really great events, both casual events where we can all mingle and chat and pretend like we all don't know what's crinkling underneath our pants, but also some other events too that have been more fun and engaging and exciting for my kink. I think this is something that everybody should try and enjoy and indulge in if they can in their communities, or if they don't have these events going on, consider starting one up because you never know what kinds of friends you will make in your own community, in your own area.
Hello, Happy New Year. This is Toki. This past year has been a really big journey for me in exploring and getting to know my kinky side. I got the courage to open up about my little self online and was able to meet my wonderful daddy, Teddy, who you may know from this podcast. He has shown me a whole new world and taken me to my first ever kink events. I got to meet so many amazing and inspiring people, and I'm just so thankful that because of him, I've learned to embrace and love the parts of me that I've kept hidden or felt ashamed of in the past. ABDL is truly a superpower. Also, hi, Daddy, I love you. Okay, bye.
Hey, Love and Brief, this is Thick Lifting Lil, and this year I have a lot of ABDL related things to be thankful for. In January, I went to my first ABDL event. It was super fun. I'm fortunate to be in New York, and we have an amazing group of organizers who run NYC ABDL, so I'm super thankful for them because these events have been amazing this year. I started listening to podcasts like yours, In the Nook, Crinkle Club, and these podcasts have honestly been incredibly important this year for my journey of growth and self-acceptance. So thank you so much, and Happy New Year.
This one's from DL Fusion 555 on Reddit. I moved in with my daddy this year. It's the first time I have dated and lived with a caregiver after many failed vanilla relationships, so it was a huge step forward for me. I don't have to hide this part of me or my diapers from my partner anymore, and he not only encourages it, but actively participates with me. I've been an ABDL since I can remember, with no clear event that caused it. I don't think I would ever find a relationship like this, so it's been amazing being able to live it as more of a lifestyle and less of a hidden kink. That is so sweet. I am so happy for you.
Yay!
Yeah, I've had something
Congrats,
similar,
DL,
and
great.
it feels great to have that lifestyle dynamic and just to be your full self.
Yep.
Yeah.
This one comes from Spark Lover on Reddit. I started a Just for Fans. What? That's a great idea. And I'm thinking...
You should do that, Lola.
Oh, wait. I did do that. And I'm thinking about moving in with a full-time daddy that wants to diaper me 24/7. Spark Lover, that sounds awesome.
Good for you. Well, I hope that you find the lifestyle you want. That's great.
Yeah, and I hope that you're having fun and finding so much, such a fun outlet at JFF. I know that I have, and it's just a cool way to, show more of your kink there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
This one's from Padded Idealist, and this one was sent to us on Gmail. I'm a factory-installed ABDL, and I've spent most of my life sure that this would always be a secret part of myself that was too weird to ever share. But it's always felt like something has been missing. I've spent much of the last year trying to work on myself, getting on antidepressants, eating healthier, getting regular exercise, and I finally got to the point where I felt like if I didn't also make progress on my ABDL side, I wouldn't feel happy. Ain't that the truth? I got the nudge I needed from a cousin I am close with who has been extremely open about their experiences with the BDSM community in their city, talking about it as if it's no big deal and just another facet of their day-to-day life. It made me feel comfortable enough to open up to them in broad strokes, and they really pushed me to explore the local scene where I'm at. Since then, I've brought up ABDL to my therapist for the first time, gone in person to a couple of brick-and-mortar ABDL stores, and had lovely conversations with the owner and staff there. Yes, they are oftentimes wonderful. And went to my first munch at a nearby diner. I am more whole and confident than I've ever been before, and frankly, I feel giddy being able to finally dive into this part of myself. It's a wonderful outlet for stress and helps me understand and fulfill my own needs instead of ignoring them and just taking care of others. I still have a ways to go, and the next big step is to bring this up to my vanilla partner, but I'm excited for another year of growth ahead. Thank you all for what you do with this podcast. I'm not sure I would have gotten to this point without it. Aww.
Now I'm giddy.
I love giddy.
Yeah.
That's so sweet. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just again, that topic of normalizing things, from listeners to the podcast, or in this case, talking to others about the BDSM community that they have locally. It's not this big deal. It's just another facet of their day-to-day life.
This one comes to us from DL Curator on Tumblr. After a lifetime of closeted ABDL feelings, masked as mere DL fetishism in a BDSM context, 2025 was my coming out year. Between the state of our country and my growing self-awareness about our own impermanence, I decided to embrace age play and diapers as one. Sometimes I'm the big, sometimes I'm the little. I confess this to my wife of 12 years, who, although vanilla herself, has been increasingly amenable to diapers in both sexual and non-sexual contexts. As a result, 2025 has been one of the most liberating years of my life. Love and Brief has been no small part of my ABDL awakening. A heartfelt thank you for producing such an empowering, accessible show that literally replaces shame with pride.
Oh, heart
hands. You are so welcome, and thank you. I love this. For this person, it was about embracing the age play side.
I love it, yeah.
That was important to them.
Yeah.
And to finally get that confidence after many years. Congratulations.
This one comes from Chris Crinklebutt from Instagram. Hi, with the wavy emoji. Hello, I'm waving back. You can't see it, but I am. 2025 was the year when I fully embraced my inner little. I went 24/7, started just before side quests and never stopped, so completed 365 days on December 25th.
Well, happy
Congratulations, yes. Went to my first cap, which was side quest. Met a ton of new friends at various events, moved to a new place, and had a full-size crib and high chair made. I'm loving every single day and couldn't be happier. You can see some of the pictures of the furniture on their vet profile if you'd like. And also some writings on how they've worked on their self-confidence as a little and first year of being 24/7. Thank you for a great podcast and wishing you a happy new year.
Oh, thanks, Chris Crinklebutt. I will actually go check that out. That sounds pretty awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Avery Noctem. Just wanted to take a moment first to say thank you for the opportunity to even really answer this question. So I would say that for 2025, both my growth in kink and in self-acceptance kind of go a little hand in hand. As far as kink goes, I feel that this year was really a great space for me to really develop like kind of merging a lot of my kinks together, because outside of like ABDL, you know, my other two big kinks that I think really got a lot of attention this year were rope and like rope bondage, to the point where I am now able to actually do self-suspension work, which is so cool because I've spent years practicing to get to there. But also, I started frequenting like Spanko parties where that opened a lot of doors to the ideas around like discipline and, you know, kind of how we create that sort of like mental space, which especially given our kink in the ABDL world, really like it has a lot there that I think is really valuable, that has definitely kind of been a lot of how I'm really considering things with my kink now. But as for self-acceptance, a big shift I really made this year was just like not trying to separate my like ABDL existence from the rest of my kink existence, because it's so much to do both and like keep them as separate worlds. So I'm like, I'm just gonna stop doing that. And I've found that in a lot of my interactions with people who may not really even be into ABDL as their kink, that it has actually been very like well received. People are like, yeah, no, like awesome, you do you, especially with like the content creation I do. People are honestly genuinely very supportive, which has been very good in just kind of letting me be like, hey, I don't have to really be hiding this so hard. And, you know, especially too, I know how to keep these things separate where they need to be. So I don't have to like, you know, I don't have to hide being somebody who's into diapers and things like that compared to the rest of my kink. Like they can all be parts of me and they can all be welcomed at the table. And I think it's been very, very positive to have gotten so much acceptance around that, because, you know, I think it was just important to know I don't have to keep it all so separate. So I think as far as 2025 goes, it's been a really, really wonderful year to grow in like every sense of it. And I'm glad that I went through, you know, all that I did in the process. So, you know, cheers to 2026, and here's hoping that we all grow even more. So, cheers.
Beach Baby One here. Happy New Year to everyone. Step I've taken this year in self-acceptance of my kink is I've been reaching out and connecting with more people in the community.
Hi, this is Bradley, and what I did new this year, aside from attending more events and just being more personal online with people, is I tried to be the person that I needed when I first started attending parties. I have a very good community around me now, but that took time and, well, effort. And I just never wanted anyone to have that kind of struggle that I did when first starting. So when I see somebody who is in ABDL attire at a party, I will approach them. I don't want them to be alone or feel alone. And maybe some people can't really just walk up to people and start a conversation, but I can. So I do. Only because I want all ABDLs to feel as comfortable as possible. And I think comfort comes by community. A community that I love and appreciate. Thanks very much. Keep up the great work with the show.
This one's from Peter UK 93 on 11 Brief Instagram. I took the leap to turn my bedroom into my little space, and I've been building it up over the past year. I've got a mobile above my bed, a crib panel on one side, a baby monitor, an oil diffuser with Wash's baby fragrance oils, a beanbag, stacking rings, a xylophone, and lots of nappies and powder. Essentially, I finally put the sort of energy I put into some of my other interests into my little side, and it's been really validating, giving my little side a place of his own instead of mostly bouncing off the walls inside my head. Gradually, my sense of taboo around my little side is starting to go, replaced by a warmth inside, thinking about how my room makes me feel. The best advice I could give to anybody into ABDL is to follow your instincts to the nth degree. If you've got an itch about something, it's a sign you're into that thing, and pursuing it can only enrich your understanding of yourself. Wow, that's great.
That's awesome. And I'll say that Peter sent along an image of the setup, and it is incredible.
It sounds incredible, just from the description, yeah.
This one comes to us from Little Liam via the Love and Brief Gmail. Dear Love and Brief, when I heard your call for listeners who truly explored their DL side in 2025, I knew I had to reach out. Just a few weeks ago, I arranged a session with a mommy dom at an adult nursery. I've had a handful of pro sessions in the past, but I've always had to bring my own gear: diapers, bottles, pacifiers, onesies. Frankly, having to pack my own bag removes much of the element of surprise since I already know what's coming. For this session, however, I brought nothing but my anticipation. In the spirit of YOLO, I arranged for a double dom session with two mistresses who have worked together often and have years of combined experience.
Wow.
What a
Cool.
big step. My 2.5-hour session with these two mistresses is something I will never forget. It is the closest I have ever come to fully realizing a sexual fantasy in real life, a totally surreal experience. Happy New Year.
I love that.
We are
Treat
hearing about
yourself.
so many different
if you
kinds of
can.
experiences, the way
Yeah.
people are taking care of themselves and trying new things. Love it. Thank you, Little Leah.
And it's only showing the like very vast interests and ways that this kink like plays out and is fantasized about, and I love that.
Yep.
I love that we get to see all these different sides. This one comes from Puddle Prince 88 on Instagram. Reflecting on this year and the growth I've experienced, being open with myself about being DL has been the biggest confidence boost of my life. I've realized that people's opinions of me are none of my business. I'm not the same person I was. I'm stronger, happier, and finally comfortable in my own skin and my own padding.
Oh, love it. The biggest confidence boost of my life.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Amazing. Yeah.
This one was from Jace the Good Boy, which was sent to us on Gmail. I like using a Superman analogy. Sometimes it's a cape and tights, and I'm doing superhuman stuff. Other times I'm Clark Kenting it in a suit and glasses, and I'm doing regular adult grown-ass man stuff. Then at times I'm Lil Kal-El, and his diapers and Dino Nuggies and the cape makes a great blankie. Being little is the counterbalance. Even Superman can't be super all the time. I've done a lot of work on self-acceptance and thought I was really good on self-acceptance. Then my big or my bestie will show me way more acceptance than I'm showing myself. It's made me realize how much more room for improvement on self-acceptance there can be. Self-acceptance is an ongoing thing. Ain't that the truth? Yeah, it's always a process, you know, and I can speak personally.
Even Superman can't be super all the
Yeah,
time.
being harsh on myself is one of my issues. You know, I think I give myself far less grace than others give me, and I can really identify with that.
Up until now, we mostly kept this kink to ourselves. We lived it out, just the two of us. Except for a few rare exceptions, we never really met up with others. And honestly, that felt good and right for a long time.
Yeah, as some of you might have noticed, we really enjoyed traveling. And every now and then, we talked about the idea of meeting other people while we're on our trips.
This year we actually took that step forward, and that's basically the answer to the question.
Yes, during our trip to the US this year, but also back home, we met some truly wonderful people who share this kink and this passion.
And we can honestly say we had an amazing time. And it reminded us that sometimes it's worth jumping over your own shadow.
Leaving your comfort zone, trying something new, meeting new people, and even making new friends along the way.
So at this point, we also want to say a huge thank you once again
to Resonant Yes, Lola, and Teddy for this incredibly awesome podcast.
And we wish everyone a fantastic 2026.
That's so great.
Friends!
Friends, we wish you a fantastic 2026.
Oh. Oh, I can't stop smiling.
I
know. We got to hang out with those guys this year, and it was such a pleasure. And also a good reminder that Love and Brief is global.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, they were so lovely to
We've
meet.
been lucky enough.
I'm so glad that we could cross paths, and hope to see you guys again soon.
For sure. And guys, what about this year's collection of responses? I mean,
so wonderful.
From the ones we read to the ones we got via audio, just so many stories of change and growth, and some little steps that we heard, like, changing a gamer tag, or,
getting a crib.
Right, taking that one next step with a professional dom that they've always wanted to take. All the way through to this is the first time I've ever told my significant other years of marriage.
Yeah.
Lots of new
Just
friends,
amazing.
lots of new dynamics, going to events. I mean, I think the general theme that I took away from it was just, as the German said, right? Going out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking that one next step, whatever that is, towards self-acceptance. And I'll tell you what I didn't hear, and I never hear, is I took a step towards self-acceptance and I regret it.
Yeah.
You never hear that because it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, so now I get to turn the microphone around and point it at you guys. And
No.
actually back at me. What this year in 2025? What was one step that you took toward self-acceptance or toward embracing your kink? Teddy, maybe I'll look at you first.
Yeah, sure. Okay. I mean,
what do you think?
Really, it's been a year of change for me, and I guess pun not intended there, but
how many changes
a lot of changes
would you
quite
say?
Quite a few. But just a lot of new beginnings. I moved across the country. I've kind of set up a new life for myself, one that's pretty authentic.
Rumi, I miss you.
I miss you too, Rumi. I'll see you soon.
Okay.
But yeah, just going out and creating a life that's more authentic to myself. I wanted to go create a new life in this place that really spoke to me. And I've been able to do that the last 6 months of this year. And it's made me happy. It's made me feel like I can be truly myself, ABDL and otherwise. And another big part of that, too, was finding love within the community this year, too. I met my partner and little Toki this year, and you heard her audio on here. She's so sweet. Met her right after SideQuest, and so I cannot believe it's only been a year, but her and I have developed such a deep connection, a deep bond, and she even moved in with me recently, and it's been such a nice validating force, I guess, that I put myself out there these last few years in the community. I embraced my full self after years of not accepting it, and I worked to learn from others, to try new kinks, to discover what would make me happy. And once I figured that out, I could put that full self out there, and she answered the call. And I am just so grateful for that journey that I went on, and now having the life that I have at the moment here, And so I've been able to embrace my caregiver side with her, have a great dynamic that speaks to me. My demi side is very happy with having this deep emotional bond, so I can explore new things that I maybe couldn't with others, and then even more embracing my DL side too. I was very open with her about that. I am a caregiver, but I also love wearing diapers too, and she's met me exactly where I'm at with that, and encourages me to wear every night. So it's just this positive feedback loop, and it's, I guess, to sum it all up, it's just been a year of positive changes.
Aww.
I know. That's Teddy K. Bear. You have had a huge year. This has been I assume K is the middle initial.
It is now.
This has been a huge year for you, and but as you pointed out, it began years ago, a couple years ago, when you started making those choices, right?
Exactly.
And culminated this year in these amazing changes.
Yeah. Teddy, I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy for you. And I've seen such growth, and I just love to see you happy. And I am a Teddy and Toki stan, so
yeah, I'm in that fan club for sure.
Well,
yeah.
Thanks, besties.
I do miss our shared pet Rocky.
Yes,
though.
Rocky. Yes,
So tell Rocky that I say hello.
I have custody of Rocky, but he can make visitation though. So.
Yeah, great.
How about you, Lola? What has been your way to step out this year?
Well, I guess Teddy and I both have new roomies.
Yeah, for sure.
You're my roomie now.
That's true.
So that was a big relationship step, obviously. But I think the very biggest step that I took in my kink life and in my, as my kink self was to make the decision to want to remain a sub and be collared by you for the rest of my foreseeable future.
That was special.
This isn't something we've talked about a whole lot, but about 6 months ago, RY collared me, and it was a very it was super fun, but also it was a huge decision for both of us, and something that we both took very, very seriously. And in preparing for that and going through the process of our ceremony and writing it, I feel like I really did some heavy self-reflection on who I am, and how kink is a huge core part of me, and who I live as in this world. So that was a really big point of growth, just to like really realize that. And then now to have this fruition of the things that I care most about and the way that I want to live and be in relation, to, you know, get down on my knees and be collared by you, have that come out of it, was so wonderful and beautiful and gooey, and I'm all heart-eyed just talking about it.
You two are adorable.
Well, I bought a new rope. That was going to be mine, but no, I'm just kidding. The collaring was definitely it for me as well. That was a big step out.
Yeah.
You know, it was a big, especially for two people who have previously been in marriages and long-term committed relationships, to identify this part of ourselves and say, yes, it's commitment to each other, but it's also a kink choice.
Yeah.
And to say, this is part of me, and it's going to remain part of me for, as you said, for the foreseeable future, and we want to do it together.
Yeah.
That's a big commitment.
Yeah, and it takes a little bit of sacrifice and a lot of trust and communication, but it's something that we both really, really wanted. And not every single day do I think about it, but most days I really do. You know, as I wear an everyday collar, it's sort of like a wedding ring to me. And being able to have this part of me be so, I don't know, revered and cared for, has just, I don't know, made me so happy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Me too.
This has been great, guys. I've really enjoyed this. You know, hearing all these stories is so inspiring, and it really gives me a lot of hope heading into the new year. You know, and I want to acknowledge that there's a lot of difficult things in the world right now that many people are struggling with, and those are very real things. But I hope hearing these stories from individuals all over the community, all over the world, you know, our own experiences this year can give you hope to take some sort of agency in your own life and be true to yourself, and go off in 2026, go to events, go to, you know, local meetups. If you need to create your own, create your own. If you need to go to do like a professional mommy, for example, then do it. You know, there's nothing stopping you other than your own inhibitions. And so if you can leave that comfort zone and go do that, I think you'll find a lot of joy in your life, no matter what the world throws at us.
I'm right there with Teddy. Just take one step in 2026, just one step out, and you get to decide what it is to love yourself better, to embrace who you are, including your kink, but who you are as a whole. I don't think you'll regret it.
Yeah, each one of us is a beautiful, fully real and valid person. And my hope for all of you is that you can find a way to love that person and to bring them to this world, because we're all better for it.
I love that. We'll close on that, friends. This has been an amazing year in 2025. We are starting a new year here in 2026, and have a bunch of great Love and Brief episodes coming up, and lots more to learn with you as we do that. So here's to another year of self-love, self-acceptance, and we'll see you on the next episode of Love in Brief.